Hey, everybody.
What's
What is
going
going on? How
on?
y'all doing?
Happy Wednesday.
Yeah, it's
Off
Wednesday.
day for us, right? Not usually here on a Wednesday night.
Right.
If you don't know who we are, my name is Kiki.
And I'm me.
Ray.
No,
You're
I'm right.
you're you.
I'm right.
We're Team Reach Travels. Hey, thank you guys for being here today on this. It's an off day for us, like we said. Normally we're here on Sundays, but we got a little something special planned for you today on this
Absolutely.
fine Wednesday evening. Before we get into it, let's see who we got here in the chat. We got 12 people already, so let's see who we got.
Man.
Let's see who we got.
What's happening?
We got Parkers on the go. What's going on,
Hey,
fam?
Parkers on
Welcome
the go.
in.
Thank y'all so much for being here.
Yes, and thank you for being channel members as well. Parkers on the go is what I call on the go per usual, right? LaQuinta.
Hey, LaQuinta, how you doing? Thanks for being here.
LaQuinta, how are you? We got LaQuinta saying hey to Parkers on the go. We have MH Family Adventures in the building. What's
MH,
up, Miss Rockwell? Thank you for being here. She says she's at a track meet, but stop by to say hello and we'll catch the replay. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for being here.
Yes, we're gonna catch your replay from yesterday too. We got some catching up to do on the YouTube streets.
Feeling D, Travel Spree, how y'all doing? Thanks so much for being here.
What's going on, Feeling D? Thank you for being here. And thank you to MH Fan for being channel members as well. Sybil Hefner, hello, Sybil.
Thanks so much for being here.
And she's saying hey and hey to everyone in the chat.
They becoming professionals now.
They are.
They speaking to everybody in the chat, coming in, just be like, "What up, y'all?"
Yes, they are YouTubers at heart already. Okay, the channel ain't even made yet, and they ready. My Cruising family saying hey to everybody. Hello, my Cruising family. Hello, Shay's Adventure. Shout out to 17 people being here already. Thank you.
Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for being so supportive.
We got Parkers on the go saying hey to everybody. And Sybil saying happy Wednesday. C said, hey y'all, what's up, C? Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a channel member. LaQuinta speaking to my Cruising family. We have Keon Hefner here today. Hey, Keon.
They're all here. The gang's all here.
We got Marjorie here. LaQuinta saying, I'm doing really well. Thanks for asking. How are you all? We are doing well. It's a good day. It's a good week.
It's Wednesday. It's almost over.
C2 said hello. Thank you guys for being here today. We are so excited. We're going to be talking about our group cruise today. Hey, y'all, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a channel member. We got some things to talk about. So we're going to be talking about our group cruise that RJ and I are planning. If you've not heard, we are planning the Mom and Me cruise on the Royal Caribbean Wonder of the Seas next year in August. And so we're going to be sharing some things about the group cruise, as well as some other promotions that we have available through our travel agency.
Special stuff coming up.
Yes. And you know, we only got promotions for stuff that we would sell ourselves. And then I tell you, these are some good sailings that you are going to want to hear about. So if you came because you want more info on the group cruise, we are so glad you're here. If you came because you just want to hear what's going on, we're glad you're here too. And for either one of those reasons, we hope that you'll stick around for the whole thing because we have some good things to share. And we have a special guest today. We've never had her on the show before, so we are excited to welcome our guest. But before we do that, I want to talk a little bit about the group cruise. So RJ and I have been wanting to do, you guys know we do Mom and Me cruises. That's kind of what we do, right? Like we've done in the last few years now. But we were like, what if we invited other people to join us on some of these Mom and Me cruises that we do, right? And so when RJ and I were talking and we were saying, hey, you know, what would be the best cruise line for us to choose for our group cruise, the way we like the vacation, the things we like to do together. And RJ and I both were like, it's got to be Royal Caribbean. It's got to be, right? Absolutely. Because Royal Caribbean has so many things to offer for families. So we're going to get into a little bit of that today. We're going to get into a lot of that today, actually. But there's so much to offer on Royal for families to do. RJ has some big plans for the kids that are joining us. Shout out to the kids that's already tapped up to be there with us. Right. And I have some things planned for the grown folks too. And then, of course, we got to do some things together as well. So we got quite an itinerary shaping up. I actually was talking to our group coordinator today about some of the things we want to do. And man, y'all are going to be surprised and pleasantly surprised. So let's see. Now see you got the mouse? Yeah. So before we get into some of the other details of the group cruise, let's see. we want to. We talked about, I'm sorry, y'all. I had a brain fart for me. I want to get into our special guest and get her on screen because I don't want to keep her waiting, and I'm excited to chat with her a little bit. So, you ready for our special guest, right?
Yes. Is our special guest ready? You give us a thumbs up.
Can you give us a thumbs up? All right, our guest is ready. So, without further ado, we have today Miss Kathy Killen, who is from Royal Caribbean. Kathy, hello. How are you?
Hello. How are you both doing? Thank you so much for having me.
Good. Thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you for being here, and thank you for being such a great help while we work through our first group cruise.
Yes.
Excited to do this with Royal Caribbean, and excited for the people that are going to be joining us too. So
yes,
well,
absolutely.
and I gotta leave it to Team Reach Travels. You all picked a phenomenal ship with a fantastic itinerary, so it's a no-brainer.
I mean, Coco Cay, you got to go to Coco Cay, right? You got to get on the ship.
Right there,
There
baby.
you go.
Perfect
There
day
you
at
go.
Coco
There's
Cay.
no way around it.
Perfect day. So let's chat a little bit, Kathy. I'm going to pull up the presentation that we have here, if that's okay. But do you want to tell everybody a little bit about you and you know, your role with Royal Caribbean?
So, hi everybody. My name is Kathy Killen, and I have actually been working with Royal Caribbean now for 16 years. Before I came on with Royal Caribbean, I used to work on board ships for 5 years. So I spent 5 years at sea before I moved back to Ohio. I then became a sales manager with Uniworld River Cruises. And then, like I said, I made the family jump over to Royal Caribbean 16 years ago. I can't believe it. And you're talking about kids. My kids are now 18, actually 19. One just turned 19 on St. Patrick's Day. And I have a 14-year-old, and they absolutely love Royal Caribbean. So the fact that you're all picking the wonder of the sea, stopping at two of my favorite places, and there's a lot going on with the company. And I think that with this 4-night cruise that you have going, it is 4 nights, or is it 3 nights? I got to take a look.
It's 4 nights. It's 4 nights.
Thank goodness, because you're going to need that extra day to take a look at everything the ship has to offer.
Absolutely.
It's just a really great way for families to spend time together, but everybody gets something out of their vacation that they want. So we have the adults only area. We got the kids club, which is an award-winning kids club. You know, we got fantastic entertainment, the dining. I know my personal favorite of me and my girls is eating dinner every night in the dining room with the wait staff, getting to know my girls and what they like. And they just develop these fantastic friendships over the years. It's magical. And I think that for you all to choose the wonder in this 4-night getaway for both the parents and kids and whoever else wants to join, it is a great way to be able to get a great vacation as well as just time and building memories together.
Absolutely. Totally agree. You know what, Kathy? I'm glad you said you're going to need that extra day because I can attest to that because I boarded Wonder of the Seas with my friends, Cheryl Sig Cruiser and Siobhan from Parkers on the Go, who's actually in the chat today. We did a 3-day on the Wonder together. And when I tell you those 3 days flew by way too fast.
Yes, they do.
Way too fast. I mean, Siobhan got to enjoy it again. I think she went on another stint of the Wonder as well. So she got more time on the ship. But those 3 days were not enough for me. So I'm looking forward to the 4 that are coming in this new cruise.
Absolutely.
Lots of people saying hi to you too in the chat.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me. You guys are so friendly. I love us here in this area of the country. Because you guys are not that far from me in Ohio. So it's all of us Midwesterners.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Although
so you can imagine like
around the country. We get lots of people coming on our ships from all over, which I think, again, is when you're looking at white sand beaches and beautiful turquoise waters and family activities that people can do together, I think that's a great favorite for a lot of people.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Sig the Solo Cruiser is actually in the chat too. And she said it went by too fast. She was on the 3-day with me.
Yes. That's why we got to go back.
We do. So speaking of Wonder and Royal Caribbean, how awesome it is. You know, we did so many things with RJ on our first Royal Caribbean was a lure, right? We did a lure. We had so much fun. Yeah. We did ice skating. We did zip line, all these things, right? And then when we were watching the inaugural of Wonder, we watched all these different vloggers that were on the inaugural, and we were like, oh my God, why are we not on this ship right now? And that's when we decided whenever a new ship came, we were going to book it. And we booked Icon when it came out, and we ended up on the Icon inaugural. So we were like, we will not be in that FOMO group again. We're going to
That's right. That's right. And now you got Star, and then you got Legend of the Seas coming out. And of course, this one that you have chosen for August of next year, you're going to be able to experience 2 new additions when it comes to our private destinations. So, yeah, so I guess if you want to go ahead and show the next slide as far as the itinerary, because this is the one that you all chose. It's going to be leaving on August the 3rd of 2026, leaving out of Miami, and of course, stopping at the award-winning private island of Perfect Day at Coco Cay in the Bahamas. And then you're also going to be stopping at Nassau, besides having that day of cruising before you come back into Miami. And again, as we talked about earlier, it's so important to have that day of being at sea, because the ship itself, when we first brought out the Oasis of the Seas back in 2009, it was a game changer for the industry, because the ship became the destination. Just as much as the ports of call are very important for a lot of our guests, the ship is really a big draw, because there is so much to do. You can do as much or as little as you want. And I think that's the beauty of cruising, because you have people that are going to be doing everything that's listed on the daily cruise compass, because they're go, go, go. And they want to do everything, and the pool and the casino, and they want to do spa, and then they want to do arts and crafts and line dancing and the shows at nighttime, and eating their way through the ship, because there's at least one complimentary eatery in every single one of these 7 neighborhoods on the Oasis class ship. It's a floating resort. And when you look at the value, I think, of what cruising, and especially with Royal Caribbean, can offer, you were just mentioning some of the activities that we have on this ship. Everything from rock climbing to ice skating to zip line to the flow rider. So if they want to do surf simulating, or if they want to do knee boarding, all of that is included. Besides your meals and your snacks, of course, certain drinks are included, like your flavored waters, iced tea, coffee, juices. I know I just came back from Orlando, and I spent way more on a hotel that basically was just a bed that didn't feed me, didn't entertain me. And I think I could have gotten away for less expensive by joining you on the Wonder next year. So these are some of the common ship features that we have. Royal Caribbean now has been cruising for 56 years. I can't believe it's 56. These are all the common ship features that you're going to find through 27 ships in the Royal Caribbean fleet, and counting, because we have more ships coming with the Star of the Seas. In August of this year, she's going to be joining the second in the Icon class. She's going to be leaving out of Port Canaveral, doing 7-night Eastern and Western Caribbean, and they all stop at Perfect Day at Coco Cay. But then we also just announced Icon number 3. The Legend of the Seas is going to be coming out to the Mediterranean starting off in 2026. I can't believe we're like 15 months away from the Legend of the Seas coming into our fleet as the number 3 in the Icon class, before she makes her way back over to Fort Lauderdale, offering 6 and 8 night, going to the ABC Islands, so Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao. So these are just some of the common ship features you're going to find with all of our ships. So of course, on the Wonder of the Seas that you all have picked for August of next year, which is a great time to go, because that's when the kids are out of school. This is Monday through Friday. I think 4 nights, and it's, of course, being able to coordinate with other people. It's a little bit easier to swallow when you have a 4-night getaway versus 7 nights or longer, which I think that eventually you all are going to be doing. But this is a great intro to, of course, the best ships that we have, and of course, with the Wonder of the Sea. So you can see, of course, the rock wall. We have Broadway-style theater shows, pools, the award-winning Adventure Ocean program that starts at 6 months all the way up to 17 years. We're the only cruise company with 5 different age groups. So that's one of the things that my kids loved, is that they got to meet other kids their age with age-appropriate activities. And then they were eating dinner and going ashore with me and the family. So sports court with pickleball, basketball, all sorts of different sports, you name it, we got it. And of course, the dining, tons of entertainment, casinos, and the Vitality Spa and Fitness Center. And then you'll see on the next slide, we actually, of course, have even more things that are included as part of your cruise. And that, of course, is going to be the entertainment and nightlife, the activities. Remember, on the Wonder of the Seas, you also have water slides. There is a trio of water slides, and there is a racer dry slide on the back. You see that little purple curly cue? That is called the Ultimate Abyss. That will drop you basically 8 stories within seconds. It's phenomenal. Again, all that's included: meals, beverages, and room service, kids and teens, fitness and sports center. Your accommodations, our private destination is also included as part of your vacation with Royal Caribbean. And I will keep this in mind too. Anytime that you're stopping at Perfect Day at Coco Cay, if you purchase the all-inclusive beverage package, which is unlimited beer, wine, spirits, bottled water, soda, foo drinks, non-alcoholic drinks, it includes your gratuity. It works on our private island of Perfect Day at Coco Cay, as well as Labadee, which is our other private island. You can't find that with the competition out there. A lot of those other cruise companies out there, when you pull into their private destination, your beverage package does not work on their private destination. So that's something that's a really great selling point, to make sure you're stopping at the highest rated port of call in the world is Perfect Day at Coco Cay. So we can't wait for you to be able to experience that. And of course, the service with our crew officers and staff on board. We have the best talent of entertainers, room service attendants, guest relations, bartenders, wait staff, you name it. It's part of our culture. It's part of our DNA. Royal Caribbean is a fantastic company, and we do take care of our family, which of course is the reason why you all get to benefit from that unsurpassed service from everybody that comes on our ships. So with the next slide, I wanted to show you
before you move into the next
you have any
slide,
questions?
I just want to point out we got some people in the chat who seem to think that Wonder is a fan favorite for them. So we got some folks that are familiar with the ship. Parker's on the go said she loves Wonder, needs a third go round. YFC says 16 years is amazing, and it is. And someone else said like 16 years of memories. That's really awesome, Kathy.
Yeah.
And then we have Yolo, who says she's been on the Wonder 3 times, including the inaugural. So it's a good ship when you can get somebody back on board, not just one more time, but 2 more times.
Oh, we can't wait to have you back. And we're going to touch base on this. Remember, Kiki, as far as with the fact that when you all pull into Nassau, we have a very special new addition to the Royal Caribbean family coming later this year in 2025. And that's going to be at Paradise Island in Nassau. We are opening up our own Royal Beach Club. So I have a couple slides I'll show you here in just a second. So stay with me, sir, for some exciting news. Of course, Oasis class, you can see here the 7 distinct neighborhoods that's available on all the ships in the Oasis class. Wonder, of course, being one of the newest. You have the boardwalk area, the Royal Promenade, it stretches the entire length of the ship. So if anybody here has not been or has been to Las Vegas, when you go into a casino, you're not just going into a casino. There's shops and restaurants, and you can people watch, and we have parades and balloon drops and entertainment and live music every night. It's such a great heartbeat of the ship, and it's massive. Tons of pools. You got your sports zone. We have a suite neighborhood on the Wonder of the Seas. So in case somebody does want that higher touch point, high-end class of service, don't forget that we have the Royal Suite class, which has your own suite restaurant, your own suite sun deck area, which is your own neighborhood. So I have suite guests that sometimes never even leave the suite neighborhood until it's time to go for their entertainment and shopping on board, as well as the casino. So that is really popular. So don't forget to inquire about that if you're looking at a suite. Central Park.
The suite neighborhood? I would never leave there either.
I know, right? You have everything there, everything. And what's really cool is if you go to the upper echelon of suites, there is the highest tier of suites is called the Star class. And you start off at the C, which is your junior entry level suite, junior suite. And then you move into the Sky Suite class. But the Star Suite class includes everything, all your beverage packages, unlimited Wi-Fi. It also comes with all your gratuities included. All the specialty restaurants are included. And you also get a Royal Genie, which is an English trained butler, your wish is my command, so to speak, sort of service. So if you are looking for an all-inclusive experience, don't forget to inquire about the Star class, and that's for everybody that goes into that suite. Very, very cool. And then, of course, you see the other neighborhoods on there. Wonder of the Seas. These are some of the things that are unique about her, as well as, of course, some of the returning favorites between Spotlight Karaoke, the Ultimate Abyss. But the fact that she's got water slides on her, they actually moved the splash zone for the kids, which is right near, of course, where the slides come out, which is great for families because everything is right there. Of course, you also have your little playground, and then you have the putt-putt golf. There's so many things for people of all ages to do on this ship, which is why I'm so happy that you chose Wonder, because it's such an amazing vessel. Floating resort, everything goes with you. You unpack once, and let's just entertain and dine you, and you are going to have a fantastic time. But I wanted to show you a couple of things with our private destinations before I finish out and turn it back over to any questions. Number one, of course, is Perfect Day at Coco Cay. You will be spending all day here. We have 2 ships maximum that can pull in, because you can see we have a dock. We are not tendering into this private destination. When you get off the ship, everything is within walking distance, but we do have trams that are complimentary that will take you to all different spots throughout the island. This is showing you an aerial view of how the ship looks when it pulls in. Don't let this slide fool you, because even though it may look small, there is tons of areas on this island for you to be able to explore and enjoy. On the next slide, you'll see a little aerial map. The reason why they call it Perfect Day at Coco Cay is because we call it the perfect combination of thrill and chill. My idea of a perfect day is more chill, and my kids' idea of a perfect day is thrill. But again, everybody's got their own idea of a perfect day. And that's the reason why this has been such a huge fan favorite with all of our guests. Believe it or not, the guest satisfaction score just surpassed globally past Santorini, Greece. I can't believe it, but Perfect Day at Coco Cay is the highest rated guest satisfaction score of any port of call in the entire world, which I find amazing, because we here in the United States can get to the Bahamas fairly quickly, right? You can get on the Wonder of the Seas for 4 nights and go experience this fantastic port of call. But you have complimentary eateries of Chill Grill, Skipper's Grill, taco bars with all the fixings, ice creams, flavored waters, juices, fruit, sandwiches, desserts. But then on top of that, there are 5 snack shacks located throughout the island that are also complimentary. Hand-pressed burgers, funnel cakes, Greek salads, a secret sandwich, which don't tell them that Kathy told you about the secret sandwich. But if you ask for the secret sandwich, it's a fantastic chicken sandwich with mozzarella sticks shoved right on top of there. Mwah. It's delicious. So make sure you ask for the secret sandwich. However, besides, of course, the complimentary entrance to Oasis Lagoon, which is a 0-depth entry pool, it is the largest freshwater pool in the Caribbean with a swim-up bar. But if you're looking for something more adult only, we've just added a little bit over a year ago Hideaway Beach, which is 18 years and up. It does require an entry ticket because it is limited capacity. So once you get your entry ticket, if you're 18 years and up, it includes everything. But it's got a huge infinity pool, swim-up bar, DJ. It's partying. You got, of course, On the Rock sports bar with TVs and a billiards table and live entertainment. Overwater cabanas with their own infinity pool. Over at the Hideaway Beach, but of course we also have the Cocoa Beach Club if you're looking for more serene, upscale filet with lobster. They have their own infinity pool. Again, Cocoa Beach Club, more quiet and serene. We do, of course, welcome families at Cocoa Beach Club, but it doesn't really attract a lot of families because it's more of that upscale sort of look and feel. And Hideaway Beach, of course, being 18 years and up. But tons of things for people to do. If you have little kiddos, Captain Jill's Galleon, as well as Splashaway Bay, is the complimentary water parks for the little kiddos. Don't forget, of course, we have beautiful beaches all throughout the island where you can go snorkeling if you want to. You can rent one of those little mat things if you want to, or you can go check out our floating bar at South Beach as well, where you can go grab a Coco Loco and head out to a bar that's actually in the water, which is pretty darn cool. So super excited about welcoming you all to Perfect Day at Coco Cay.
Yes, and people are excited about. First of all, it seems like Coco Cay is a lot of folks a fan favorite of people as well. But Hideaway especially, like we got a few comments in here about how much people love Hideaway. The heated pool at Hideaway, very nice.
Yes,
and I haven't gotten a chance to go to Hideaway yet because we had RJ with us the last time we were there. So I gotta get an adult trip in here somewhere so I can get to Hideaway.
absolutely. Yes. And that's what's nice about too, as far as I know when I was with my daughters the last time, my daughter turned 18 last year when we went there. And I think our ticket at that point was like maybe $30. So I took her in there for a little bit just to check it out. And then we went back to the ship and got my other daughter and we went around the entire island. So just to be able to see it and experience it. But of course, you can always go ahead and when the kids are sunned out by, mid-afternoon, they might want to go back to Adventure Ocean on the ship, and then you can head over to Hideaway Beach.
Nah, hey, I might have to make that happen. I'm definitely going to make that secret sandwich happen. That's taking place. I'm getting that. And then Parkers on the Go said the tallest water slide in North America has a lot of stairs to get up there, Kathy. So we would like to know
your calves will be burning. Absolutely.
Have you done and I'm going back a little bit. Have you done the Ultimate Abyss? Because we had someone here asking about that too. Have you done it? So we did that too when we were on board, and someone in the chat said, "Hey, did you guys brave the Ultimate Abyss?" So yes, we have done it, and Kathy has done it. So that means you got to do it too.
Everybody has to try it. I know it may look a little scary, but it's actually not that bad. It's like a knapsack that you put your feet in, you pull it back, and you basically.
Yep. Did we lose Kathy?
Go down. I'm here.
Oh, okay. Sorry. We're having a storm right now, of course, at all times. So if things get a little wonky, that's probably why. So I apologize.
Oh, the lobster at the Cocoa Beach Club is the bomb. Yes, it is. As well as their ceviche. Ooh, yum, yum.
Oh, yeah. Phil and Dee did a really good vlog about the Cocoa Beach Club. So we got to check that out too.
And then I have to mention we have a new addition with the next slide, though, everybody. And this is going to be so amazing for Nassau. We are introducing our first ever Royal Beach Club at Paradise Island. So if anybody here has been to Nassau in the Bahamas within the last couple of years, Nassau has done a fantastic job of completely redoing their dock area. Not only is the dock area new, the terminal itself, as well as all the gated community, which has shopping and restaurants and bars and more shops. Then you go outside the gates and that beautiful historic marketplace is right across the beach. You can either go down to the right. There's more restaurants there that are on the water, or you can go off to the left where there's actually, as you're heading towards the bridge, a couple of shore excursion places are right there. But for the most part, the one thing that I think everybody's going to see as they pull into Nassau is going to be this brand new destination that is only for Royal Caribbean guests. Everybody that pulls into Nassau is going to see this because it is right next to the pink buildings of Atlantis. It is on that skinny stretch of land that dead ends right into the lighthouse. Well, Royal Caribbean bought that. We're at 51% ownership. This is a joint venture with the Bahamian government. So we are in true partnership, which I think is a first when it comes to sustainability, when you're looking at different ports of call that we invest in as we move forward into the future. So this is super exciting. She's opening up in late 2025. It will be an all-inclusive experience. It will be home to the largest swim-up bar in the world. It will have 3 dedicated neighborhoods or spaces, family-friendly, chill, and I believe there's another place called the Party Zone. But if you look on the next slide here, you'll see again that it takes up that entire stretch of land right next to the pink buildings of Atlantis, but it's 17 acres. They will have food, eateries there. The all-inclusive beverage package will be included as far as with this ticket entry into the all-inclusive, but it is family-friendly. So stay tuned for more details, but this is opening up in late 2025. So when you all go in August of 2026. This is already going to be open for 8 months. So as soon as you get a booking number, it is really important to make sure that you're checking your pre-cruise planner for the entry ticket to the Royal Beach Club in Paradise Island, because it is going to be limited capacity. We can fit a lot of people at the Royal Beach Club Paradise Island, but not everybody if we have multiple ships that are pulling in. So it's very important to make sure you book early with your deposit. We will be putting this out there for sale sometime this spring on any ship that is pulling into Nassau, all the way through our loaded sailings, which are for sale right now, which is through April of 2027. So stay tuned, but I wanted to make sure you heard it from me first, that we are so excited about this. I think everybody that is not on a Royal Caribbean ship is going to have major FOMO when they pull into Nassau, because we are actually having 4 water taxis built right now in Germany, and they are delivering them to Nassau, I believe, sometime this summer. And basically, so when our guests get off of our Royal Caribbean ships right there at the Nassau Pier, you're going to walk down, or you can take, if you have accessible issues, you can take our little a tram that will take you to where our water taxis, our branded water taxi will be. That will take you 5 minutes across the marina and drop you off at Royal Beach Club Paradise Island. I think it's probably faster to jump off the ship and swim there than it is to probably get off the ship, take the water taxi, but it's all part of the experience as well, not to mention a lot safer. So we want to make sure that we get you all there safe, but we are so excited. This is the first of our Royal Beach Clubs, because we are opening up a second Royal Beach Club in Cozumel, Mexico in 2026. And then followed by Costa Maya is going to be home to our next Perfect Day collection. Perfect Day Mexico is opening up in 2027. But the beach clubs are limited capacity, which is why we have to have a ticket for entry into there, because we have to control the capacity, because we can't welcome all of our guests if we have multiple ships in at once. But the Perfect Day Mexico and Perfect Day at Coco Cay is always going to welcome all of our guests, with, of course, those all-inclusive beverage packages working on our Perfect Day collection. So super excited again about the Paradise Island Royal Beach Club being the first in the Royal Beach Club collection.
Awesome. That sounds like such a good time. And we do have some questions in here. Before we get to those, I saw we had some new names that came in. I want to make sure we speak to everybody. So I saw Big Murph came in. Hello, Big Murph. Hello, Travel. Yes, we see. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday to you. I believe we spoke to Marjorie already, but hello, Marjorie, just in case. And then we had some questions. So Royal will be providing the transportation. It sounds like we have those water taxis that are going to be coming in for that. Will there be a heated pool was a question that I saw somewhere. I can't find there.
A heated pool like Hideaway Beach, or Hideaway pool at Hideaway Beach and Perfect Day at Coco Cay? I would think so, because Hideaway Beach has been such a huge hit with it being a heated pool. I know the last time I went there, I was not with my children, and I spent the entire day in the Hideaway Beach pool because it was so awesome. And I love the fact that it was, of course, heated. So stay tuned. I think that they are looking at doing that as well, just because it's been such a big hit at Coco Cay.
That'd be awesome. And then Phil and D said all inclusive, huh? That sounds
all inclusive. Everybody that goes there, if you are 21 years and up, it will include your alcoholic drinks. They'll be part of the ticket fare in order to get into it. There will be children's pricing as well, because of course, children or over people that are under the age of 21 are not able to drink at our private destinations. So stay tuned for pricing. But again, it will be on a dynamic pricing scale based off of what ships are pulling in, what time of the year, when's peak season, when's off peak, and that's what's going to determine the pricing. But it will be one ticket per person, and that includes everything: the eateries, the entertainment, the different accommodations, the different neighborhoods and attractions, as well as, of course, the drinks.
Nice. There we go. Oh, you had a question too, right, Ray?
Yeah, so the question I had was, since this is going to be an all-inclusive beach club, and you said it's going to be water taxis, will the water taxis be included with the price?
Yes.
Or is there going to be a separate
No,
price?
that's included. They'll be running all day.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So they just
you
bring
can
people
just get
back
off
and
and
forth,
go.
so you can come and go whenever you want. It's just that there's no way for us to access the Royal Beach Club Paradise Island by bus. A lot of times in order to get over to the pink buildings of Atlantis, if we have people that are going on those shore excursions, you normally get on a bus. It takes you up and over the bridge over to Atlantis. Because this is at the very end of the peninsula, there is no way we can transport our people via bus. So that is why we are building and branding our own water taxi transportation. It is something that's Royal Caribbean owned and operated, and we will be taking our guests over to our private beach club.
Awesome.
Sounds
Good to
good.
know.
Thank you.
And then we have another question from Travel Cake Trips. Will this be within walking distance from the ship, the Paradise Beach Club?
I don't think it will be within walking distance because, again, you are looking at going, once you get out of the gated community right there at the terminal, you would have to turn left, go up and over the bridge. And once you're up and over the bridge, you're already right there at Atlantis. Not to mention there's a private neighborhood back there with people that are residents that have gated areas around their big, beautiful homes. There's no way to walk to get to the Paradise Beach Club. You would have to take the water taxi over. But again, it's a 5-minute ride. You can literally see the peninsula when your ship pulls in. It's literally right there. It's just that there's no way for us to get over there except by these water taxis that Royal Caribbean is having built and delivered to Nassau later this year.
All right. And you did say that you could, even the bit of it that does require some walking to get to the water taxis, you could take some, there was some transportation option.
Oh, absolutely. It's accessible
there as well, right?
It is accessible.
Okay. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you for the question, Travel Cake Trips. Yep. So ferry or tender over is how it looks. Yep, absolutely. Are 3 and under going to be free? Is there going to be a price for like babies? Is there going to be a charge for younger kids? Or
I don't know yet because they have not released the pricing yet. So as you can see right there, it is going to be debuting in the spring of this year. So sometime we should be coming out with pricing based off of when the ship is pulling in and how they're doing that. They haven't told us. Otherwise, I would tell you. I still think they're trying to figure that out, as well as, of course, going to market with the brand policies and what exactly, how are we going to work kids pricing and things like that. So stay tuned.
C said it's definitely a quick swim. So, and let's see, we had a question about Costa Maya. It sounds like you said the water taxis are not needed for Costa Maya and Cozumel, right?
No, Cozumel is going to be a bus transportation about 15 minutes from the pier. And that will be a Royal Beach Club. That's going to be 40 acres of pristine beach. So we'll have a swim bar, your pools, your restaurants, your bars, different areas for families, chill and, adults area. That's going to be 40 acres in Cozumel on the beach. So that's where we're going to provide the transportation with a bus to and from all day long, just like we're going to have our water taxis running all day long so people can come and go at their leisure if they have those entry tickets. What's different about Perfect Day Mexico and Costa Maya and Perfect Day at Coco Cay is that everybody that pulls in does not need an entry ticket. They can just go on to Perfect Day at Coco Cay and it's included as part of their cruise. So there is a difference between the Royal Beach Club and our Perfect Day.
That's a nice addition to have access to it, with your cruise fare. That's pretty cool.
Right.
See it with C says, do Perfect Day Progresso next. So we got a vote in here for the next Royal Beach Club.
Yeah, stay tuned, everybody.
Travel Cake Trip says, all this gives us more reason to book Royal into some of these ports that we have been to in the past. Sounds wonderful. Absolutely. Yeah. It just definitely gives you something new to see, something different to do. And if by chance you need help booking that trip to Royal Caribbean to some of these new spots, definitely reach out to us because we can get you booked.
And I will tell you, I wanted to make sure that everybody, because I'm actually here on behalf of Team Reese Travels, when it comes to being able to go ahead and offer something. Usually when I come on as a special guest, I like to throw a little bit of something out there to create a sense of urgency. So if anybody ends up booking the Wonder of the Seas for August of next year, I'm going to add a $25 onboard credit and a cabin gift of your choice. So either wine, or if you don't drink, I'll do some chocolate covered strawberries. So Kiki, you got to follow up with me after the next 3 days. If anybody deposits with their full deposit and names within the next 3 days, I will add those gifts to their stateroom.
Oh, okay. That is not so that's gifts on top of what you're already getting through the group anyway.
Yes.
So I think you
Yes.
need to reach out in the next 3 days if you're looking at booking our group cruise, you guys. So we can get a little bit of extra money to spend on board to go towards one of these
Absolutely.
beach clubs, right? or something good in your cabin, which we all like surprises in our cabin. So thank you for that, Kathy. We
Well,
appreciate it.
thank you for having me. Does anybody have any other questions or anything else I can help with?
I do see another question. Nassau Beach, is food upscale or in line with the free food at Labadee and Coco Cay?
It will be on par, if not more so, as far as when it comes to Perfect Day at Coco Cay. We have so many great eateries and options available at Perfect Day at Coco Cay. You're going to find very similar. I'm sure that they might have some sort of, they haven't announced it yet, and I don't know for sure if they're going to do this as far as having some sort of upscale, like we have a Cocoa Beach Club at Perfect Day at Coco Cay, which is where it's got, they're serving filet and lobster. I don't know if they're going to have a specialty restaurant yet at the Royal Beach Club in Paradise Island, but we will have a wide variety of eateries and food options for people because we do, of course, know that dining is an important part of your vacation. So we'll make sure that we dial in our restaurant offering. So stay tuned, but it will definitely be something that you're going to be very thrilled and happy with.
Sounds amazing. See it with C said, good to know about Cozumel. Phil and D said, sounds like more cruises for us out of Galveston soon. There you go.
Yes, because when you leave out of Galveston, this is the reason why we're coming out with Perfect Day Mexico, because a lot of our ships that leave out of Florida, or actually let's put it this way, the ones that leave out of Galveston, New Orleans, even Tampa, they can't get over to Perfect Day at Coco Cay. So a lot of our ships that leave out of Texas and New Orleans never get over to Perfect Day at Coco Cay, except for maybe one, a couple of times throughout the year, we might throw in an 8-night just because they need more time to get over there. That's why it was very important for us to add Perfect Day Mexico in Costa Maya opening in 2027, because we wanted to have a private destination in the Perfect Day Island Collection for our Western Caribbean itinerary. So this is going to be fantastic for our ships that do Western Caribbean itineraries. So we are super excited. Besides the Royal Beach Club, Paradise Island, and Royal Beach Cozumel, Perfect Day Mexico is huge, huge, huge for our Western Caribbean itineraries.
Absolutely. We are certainly looking forward to sailing out of Galveston one day because we have not done that yet. And how exciting would it be to go to one of these new beach clubs?
Galveston's a hopping place. I mean, they are really, the city is investing in the whole downtown and waterfront area. If you've not been out of Texas, everyone, I would encourage you to do so, because some people say, oh, I don't, when they think Caribbean, they don't let Texas pop into their head, right? They think leaving out of Florida. But if you think about it, it is the same transfer time from Orlando Airport to get over to Port Canaveral as it is flying into Hobby and getting down to Galveston. It's the same transfer time. It's just that people don't think about Texas. So that needs to change.
We had a couple questions in here too. Is Royal Beach Club only available if you're cruising? For instance, if you're already vacationing in these areas, are you able to purchase an entry ticket?
Only if you're on a Royal Caribbean ship.
Okay.
So if you are on the land, if you're on land vacationing in these areas, we will not be able to allow you to come in. You have to be on a Royal Caribbean ship.
Gotcha. Understood.
It will only be offered to our guests. Yes.
So exclusive Royal Caribbean. You have to be a part of the ship. And then let's see. Big Murph said, is that the Mom and Me cruise you're referring to, or another one? I may have missed it. I came in late. Yes. So Big Murph, we are referring to the Mom and Me cruise in terms of the credit that Kathy was talking about adding onto your cabin. That is for anyone who books the Mom and Me group cruise within the next 3 days. So
and that's August 3rd of 2026 for the 4-night that leaves out of Miami on the Wonder of the Seas.
Yes. And let's see, lots of people
because that's the one that you and RJ are going on, right?
That is the one.
You're escorting this group. Yeah, yes. I want people to come join you because that's where the fun's going to be.
Exactly. We're going to have a good time. And when I tell you, my son is so excited about planning this cruise, I fully expected that it was going to be one of those RJ things where he's like, oh yeah, let's do it. And then I end up doing it all. But he has been fully on board with helping plan activities for what the kids can do, for some of the things we can do together, what we want to do on board, what we want to do at Coco K. Like, it's been awesome planning it with them. So we're really looking forward to it. And everyone is saying, book it. All right now. Very nice. Let's see. Hi, Danelle. Welcome in. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Regina. Thank you for being here too.
Thank you. Welcome.
The world is mine. Galveston is where it's at. Just did Jubilee in August. Awesome. And okay, Big Murph said thank you. Okay, is there another slide here, Kathy? Let me see.
I think that might be it. Oh, other than the fact that I just wanted to share with you the last slide, just that as far as what I like to call the brag sheet, because I do realize that many of you have different choices of how you want to spend your vacation dollars. And to know that all these awards were voted on by travel advisors that sell a lot of different products. So they hear everything, right? They hear the feedback. They hear if it's good. They hear if it's bad. They hear if it's ugly. And to know the fact that our travel advisors across North America have voted us best cruise line overall, best in the Caribbean. If you're looking at doing the Caribbean, get on a Royal Caribbean ship. Best private island for 5 years running now. I don't think that's going to change. I know there's some other ones coming out with some different destinations, but we were first, and we're going to continue to invest in our destinations and really excelling at that. And I cannot wait to have everybody experience it. It's going to be fantastic.
You know, it's going to be awesome. And, you know, you guys surprised us this week. Somebody brought it up in the chat earlier and I kind of missed it, but I want to go back to it because you guys surprised us with an extra star sailing this week too. And we were like all bouncing over the walls the other day about, oh my God, another sailing. So,
yeah, there's a 3-night sailing was just added because the Star of the Seas is coming out of the shipyard early. So they just added a brand new 3-night sailing on the Star of the Seas out of Port Canaveral, going to Perfect Day at Coco Cay, August 20th of this year. And honestly, I don't even know if there's any inventory left because it just loaded for sale 2 days yesterday, actually. So if you want to go on August 20th on the newest in the Icon class for 3 nights on August 20th, you have to give Team Reese Travels a call because I don't know how much longer that inventory is going to last.
I will tell you one thing. I do have inventory. So if you do need to get on that sailing, I do have a cabin available. So I was able to grab one. So if you are looking to get on that sailing, definitely reach out. We'll be able to get you on board. This has been fun, Kathy. Thank you so much for coming on and talking about our group cruise. Absolutely. I want to share with you guys too. We talked a lot about already Royal Caribbean and why we chose it for this cruise. It's just something special about the way Royal treats its guests, the things that you were able to do on a Royal Caribbean ship. And now that's expanding even more with what you can do on the islands that Royal Caribbean stops at. So we're super excited about all of that. Aside from even just our group cruise, which by the way, I'm going to drop I got to find the link to book our group cruise so that if you're interested, you can do that. You can take advantage of that offer that Kathy has extended to us tonight. So can you drop that in there, Ray?
I'm about to go from my phone.
Okay, thank you. So Ray's going to do that. I'm going to pull the presentation down because we have a couple other things to share too. But again, just a huge thank you to you, Kathy, for being here, for helping us.
For having me.
Yes, and building up some excitement about our group cruise. But aside from that, I know some people are saying, I don't really want to do a mom and me cruise. I don't, maybe I don't have kids. Maybe I'm not interested in sailing with other kids. Like, I don't want people to get stuck on the mom and me thing because we have families that are coming, multi-generational families. We have people that, hey, I don't have a kid, but I want to bring my niece, or I'm a fully grown adult and I want to bring my mom, like that. That's open to everyone. And I think people see mom and me sometimes and think, oh, it's just because it's me and RJ, it's for mom and son. And it is not capped at that. Like, you can absolutely come and bring your nieces, nephews, aunties, grandmothers, grandfathers, whatever you want, and come and sail with us and just have a good time. So I don't want people to misconstrue what the Mom and Me group cruise is. But aside from the Mom and Me group cruise, we actually have a few other things on tap for next year. These are not group cruises, but these are just promotional space that we have available that you all will be able to book with us. And they are around some of the holiday seasons, right, Ray? Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna see if I can share that real quick. This
Kiki,
is
do
the
you want
first
me to go
one.
and stop my video so you can have more screen?
Let's see. No, I think I can arrange it to where we can
Okay.
show more. Yeah, right here. So one of the things we have for next year, we have some space on board the Star of the Seas, which we were just talking about, for the Thanksgiving sailing. So y'all know we love a Thanksgiving cruise. Yep. Now, I'm not saying we're going to be on there, so please don't think that if you book this, we're going to be on there with you. These are just, we were able to grab some space so that we could offer you some of the best deals. Let me tell you how that works, y'all. Right now, even for our group cruise in August, we have people who are booking 2 cabins through our group for cheaper than what they would pay for 1 cabin through the site, the site. So we have some incredible rates available for these group sailings, for our group cruise, as well as some of these promotional ones that we're going to show you now. So we have Star of the Seas available for Thanksgiving of next year, if you would like to do Star for the Thanksgiving holiday. And then we also have, let's go. Oh, did I miss one?
Correct.
There we go. Utopia of the Seas for Labor Day of next year. So that is that the 4-night, right? 3-night?
Yeah.
Which one?
4-night.
4-night. So that's the 4-night on over Labor Day holiday. Nice little Labor Day getaway. Get on one of the biggest ships in the world. Why not? You know?
Get gone quick.
Get gone quick on the Utopia of the Seas. Also going to Nassau and Coco Cay. So same stops that we're going in August. So if you guys would like to take advantage of any of those promotions, definitely reach out to us at booking@teamreachtravels.com or scan the QR code that you see on the screen there. And do you have the one for the group cruise here somewhere, Ray?
For the Mom and Me? Mm-hmm. I will have to go into it and pull it up.
That's okay. Never mind.
Because I didn't know if you wanted me to. I guess I should have put that on there, but I didn't even think about it.
That's okay.
I could do it real quick if you want me to.
No, it's okay. If you guys are interested in booking the Mom and Me cruise, definitely use the link that Ray just dropped down in here. For our Mom and Me Royal Summer Splash. We are ending the summer big at Coco Cay next year and on board the Wonder of the Seas. We would love to have you with us.
Now, please do remember that you only have a few more days left before we have to make some different changes. But it is time. Get your bookings in, put your deposit down so you can be a part of the Mom and Me cruise and get on there. You people always want to say we want to sail with Team Reach Travels. Now is the time. Now it's going to be. I'm trying to figure out some things. I don't know if I'm going to be on there. I would like to be, but if I'm not, definitely come on board and sail with Kiki and RJ and sail with Team Reese and have a good time. I'm looking forward to it. Just this conversation, just looking at everything that Kathy has presented today, just makes me like, man, do I need to rearrange some vacation days? Do I need to something? Woo.
You trying to?
Yes, you do.
Right. Kathy said, yes, you do.
Right.
So thank you guys for being here. Again, an off day for us. We're not usually here on Wednesday, so we appreciate all 27 of you for jumping in here.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the love.
Yes. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And, look forward to more Royal Caribbean content from us. Yes. Hint. We're not going to go into details, but hint. And again, thank you, Kathy. And if that's all, we're going to say goodnight, right?
That's going to be it.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank
Have a great night.
All right. You too. Have a good night.